Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I'm sorry this video is posting so late, but I've had a busy day. I got really good news. I had blood work today and my liver numbers are back to normal. Woohoo! All the kids are gone home out of my house. We had a successful high school graduation and party this weekend. So it's just been really busy. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So I have this photo of my daughter from her dance recital. I've done a lot of prep work for this. I've been thinking about it for a couple days. I just hadn't gotten up to my room to make it happen. I've pre-cut a title on my Cricut. I found this gorgeous black and white from Creative Memories, the black and white power palette. I like the, whatever these are, bursts. I think it's appropriate. The girls are all in black and silver. So that's what I'm going with, black and silver. I've die cut some ballerinas, even though these weren't ballet, and some super sparkly music notes. So that will be my main ephemera. And I have a title with a black background and silver. So I need to put that together, glue that together. I have some satin ribbon. I don't remember what it was from, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that for a dance layout. So what I'm thinking about doing is a couple of strips of the satin here, maybe here and here, like 2 strips of it. I also pulled out this because it's the sequin ribbon, we'll call it. And I'll either put that down the center of each ribbon or in the middle. I'm not quite sure. I have these sequins to add to the center, I think the center of the bursts. I have these stars to add. They don't stand up great on the on the white, but we'll make them work. I have some stickles that I may add a little bit of sparkle. I had thought about using something from here to mat the photos, but I think I'm going to stick to the paper that I have, this silver paper and this black paper to mat the photos, I think. Since that'll be the same as on the title. All right, so let's get started. I think my first step is going to be to mat the photos and make the title, because I need to figure out where the title's going to live. So I'll speed it up from here and hopefully we can get this done. All right, so I used my Creative Memories all-purpose tool to get these letters off. This is a new mat and it's pretty sticky, probably a little too sticky. It's really hard to get the mats at the perfect stickiness. And this is a layered paper, so it makes it slightly more difficult. You know, when there's a metal sheen on it or glitter paper, then it's usually a layered sort of paper and it's a little bit harder. So I found this title on my Cricut. I just typed in dance quotes, I think, and saw it, liked it, and then I added an offset to it, 0.15 offset. And I thought that looked good as a layered title. And it's almost easier to get these off with my nails. Than the tool, because my nails are so thin, basically. They're not horribly short right now, but they're thin. So I'm just pulling things off. I am using art glitter glue. And I think I need to buy another art glitter glue. I'm almost to the bottom of my big bottle. It's expensive, but it's lasted me a year and a half almost, maybe longer. Quite a while. And as far as I know, you can only buy it, you really need to ship it in the summertime. It doesn't really like cold. There's some little stars on here, so I'm adding those. And the title is almost finished. So I do spend some time, once I mat this photo, I spend some time fussing with the ribbons. And I may cut some of that out after you see me do the first ribbon. And that way you'll get an idea of how I did it. So I'm hoarding this silver paper because I think this might be my last sheet of it. I think it was from a Sizzix pack. It's really nice. So nobody's ever going to know that that title is cut out from behind that picture. I was just trying to decide which way I wanted the pictures. So one thing I should have done is thought out the ribbons in relationship to the title a little bit better, because my title is not centered on the ribbons, but it's okay, it's fine. So here's what I do with the ribbons. I use red tape. I'm putting it only on the back to start with, and then I'll add some on the front underneath the ribbon to help it stick down. But I'm just checking that I'm getting the start of the ribbon even, both top and bottom. So there's nothing worse than a ribbon that's crooked on your paper. So there's the first one. And then I'm just going to pop another piece of red tape under the middle and then do the second ribbon. And I'll do the same process there. I guess it's going pretty fast. I don't need to cut it out. So if you don't have a T-square ruler yet, I recommend it. Really, if you like things lined up. Some people don't mind if they're not perfectly aligned. I have a pretty good straight eye, but when I'm doing something like this, that T-square ruler is really helpful. So the thing I like about this page is all the different materials I ended up using on it. Satin ribbon, this sequin ribbon, glitter paper, rhinestones, just all sorts of fun stuff. So lots of different textures. I just pulled out some washi tape to hold this in place. And then I realize maybe I should also add a glue dot as well. But I don't want the back of it sticky, because that makes it difficult when you're putting it in the protector. So it ends up being a really graphic, pretty simple layout, but with a lot of impact, I think. I have been enjoying these sort of monochromatic, simple colorway pages that I've been doing lately, mostly because it's been, graduation or prom, and it's, screaming for certain colors. So I do add a little liquid glue here and get just a block to hold that down while it dries for a minute. And then I'm going to pop this up because it would not sit flat on the ribbons anyway. But I'm going to try and put it between the ribbons. So I'll put the tape between the ribbons. Sorry, that noise was my dog obsessing over her empty food bowl. She has eaten. I promise I fed my dogs. All right, so I've just put that where I think it will sit properly. And then we'll place the photo. Before I stick the photo down, though, I'm going to play around with some of the ephemera that I have. I have 3 of these ballerinas. I wasn't really sure what to go where. As I said, my daughter did a lyrical solo, and the other girls are in their jazz costume, which my daughter had as well. But this was backstage before the show, I think. And she's danced with these girls for a lot of years. So I wanted to include it. I do decide to pop these up, and I wanted some shadow under them. I really wanted that rather than I could have die cut additional ones out of white paper or additional more black paper to make them taller, but I liked the look of having space under them and making them a little more three-dimensional. So I'm just using some pop dots. I am having to cut some of those for the tiny bits. I'm just really fussing with where this picture needs to go. And then the little musical notes that are out of some really heavy glitter paper. And the last little ballerina. Then all we have left is embellishing with the sequins and rhinestones. So I'm going to start by putting one in the center of each burst that I can see. And then these are the smaller ones. Excuse me, I had a little frog in my throat. So I'm just sprinkling those around. And then I have these star sequins, so I'm going to put those down as well. And then I decide, well, let's add some sequins on top of those as well. So the little stars on the title, I added some sequins, not sequins, rhinestones, and then I'm adding tiny rhinestones to the center of the stars as well. And that just, because they're different material, it just helps tie everything together. And now it's time for some close-ups. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'm really happy with my black and white and silver layout. And you could do this all with paper. It wouldn't have to be ribbon. But I hope you try it. And we'll do some close-ups. Thanks a lot, you guys. Dance it out.